Is it recording now?
Yeah.
Welcome to the neighborhood. The neighborhood consists of telling stories with a soul. For example, Katrina was head of an organization that wanted to do an initial public offering, so the accounting had to be top quality. I was talking to her and I asked her where she got her employees, and she said, I prefer to have employees that are recommended to me by employees that are friends of a friend, and they're recommended to me. So Christy came to us that way. The problem with Christy is she just wasn't doing her job. So I have no alternative but to fire her. I said, well, before you take that step, let me ask you a couple of questions. Is she on time? She said, oh yeah, she's very punctual. I said, does she get along with other people? She said, yes, she gets along very well with other people. And the work that she does she do a good job? She says, yeah, absolutely. So have you talked to her about where she could fit in? No, not really. Have you talked to her about the difference that her work makes for you and others? No, not really. Why don't you give her a second chance? I think that's something we all want, is a second chance. She said, sure, I can do that. So she gave Christy a second chance, and to this day, she's still there. So are you being too quick to judge somebody? Are you not giving them a second chance? Are you telling them the difference that their work makes for you and for others? Consider those points before you let somebody go. It's expensive to do a search. It's expensive to get somebody integrated into your system. In this case, Christy was all of those things, so she was recycled. Another story. Let's talk about Donovan. I'm working with Donovan, and Donovan is not happy. I said, what's the problem? He said, I've been waiting for a year and a half to get promoted, to start making a difference. I'm in the entertainment business, and I'm getting nowhere. I'd also, by the way, as long as we're talking about improvements, I like to get married, and I'm not having any luck there. I said, all right, what do other people in the entertainment business do that you've observed? He said, well, they're extremely good about sharing personal information, patting each other on the back, laughing and having a good time. That's not who I am. I said, okay, why not? I was raised in a situation where you didn't talk about your personal life. It was business and or your personal life, but you didn't mix them. These people are mixing the two, and I'm not. Okay, so you're not doing any self-disclosure. No, I said, well, that does not foster longer conversations. They're probably very short. He said, yeah, they're extremely short. I said, what about when you're dating? He said, I haven't thought of it, but it's the same thing. I always know a lot more about them than they know about me. I said, so what have you just told yourself? He said, I need to relax. I need to engage people and make it a two-way street instead of me knowing a lot more about them than they know about me. Fair enough. Another story was about Max. Max is an interesting guy. Max, how do I characterize Max? Max was somebody that didn't seem to encourage people. He seemed to sort of let them go on their own, and if they made it, they made it. If they didn't, they didn't. And I was talking to him one day, and I said, you know, you have 3 children, and I know 2 of them, and they both excel. So how have they gotten to the point that they excel? He said, well, I try not to tell them what to do, but I'm alongside of them. So I encourage them to do the best job they can. I observe them, but not too closely, and they do good work. And I said, but you're having a problem with your team. And he said, yeah, they're not being productive. I said, could you treat your team the same way you treat your children? He started laughing. In fact, we had to close the door because it was disruptive to other people. He said, so these are highly trained people, they're PhDs. So I'm to treat them like my children? I said, yeah, exactly. So he started laughing. He said, all right, I'll do it. He did, and they all got along a lot better. So in this neighborhood, we tell stories that have a heart, but we tell stories that get people promoted, that get people better salaries, that make people much better contributors. That's a part of this neighborhood and the stories we tell.